Sabarmati Report. It deals with something that happened a long time back when I was also a very young reporter. Sabarmati Express की जो torching होती है, and it then triggers communal violence, mass communal violence in the state of Gujarat. अब हम ऐसे polarized एक environment में रहते हैं कि लोगों को आजकल एक इस कैंप या इस कैंप में डालने की एक इंस्टिंक्ट है. जब लोग आपसे पूछते हैं why this issue, why now, after so many years, and is it only one part of a whole story? Just like जब हम राइट्स की बात करते हैं तो लोग कहते हैं कि आपने ट्रेन की बात क्यों नहीं की जी. तो ये भी पूछा जा सकता है कि आपने ट्रेन की बात की तो आप राइट्स की बात क्यों नहीं करते. So for you personally, as you prepared for the film, how did you handle that question, if it was a question for you?
This question is being asked on a daily basis today, especially when you're out there promoting the film and you're
क्या
talking
पूछते हैं
about
लोग?
The first thing that people ask is ki, why haven't you spoken about the riots? The
But I mean,
unfortunate
you're an
riots.
actor, you don't have to speak about everything.
Why hasn't your film spoken about it?
I see.
Rather. So the only thing that I have to say, and the only thing I want to say at this point in time, is because this is how we see it. Unfortunately, there is very little about what happened to Coach S6 and 7. There are multiple documentaries. Now, if I narrow it down to the world of cinema where I come from, there have been many movies that have been made on those unfortunate riots. But even those movies do not speak about the genesis of those riots. What happened to those 59 people? And why after 22 years is because we have the advantage of hindsight today. There were multiple theories at that point in time कि क्या हुआ, लगी, लगाई गई, क्यों लगाई गई,
था, एक्सीडेंट
था,
और अलग-अलग कंक्लूजन्स, अलग-अलग रिपोर्ट्स थी उस समय.
And which went on for the longest time, from 2002 to 2008, or probably more. You know it better than me. There were so many conflicting theories. My family, people in my family, I have kids in my family who are 14 and 15, who were not born then. They do not know that something so heinous had taken place on the 27th of February, which changed the entire socio-political fabric of our country. उनको पता ही नहीं है. Sorry, you want to ask something?
No, I will just, you complete your point. I'll ask Ram se.
So they don't know about it. Today we have the Honorable Supreme Court's judgment. We know there have been people who've been indicted, people who've been sent to the jail. And we also felt that a lot has been spoken already, whether it is a documentary, whether it is movies, whether it is articles or publications on those riots. But very little is available on what happened to Coach S6 and S7. And what happened to those 59 people? Who were they? We don't even know their names. हमें पता ही नहीं है. And it is a sticky position because when I'm out there promoting the film, a lot of people are talking about the politics of it. And as you said it, we are living in a very polarized atmosphere today.
I mean, Ekta Kapoor, who's of course Balaji is the producer, Ekta Kapoor, I was seeing a press conference clip. तो उनसे पूछा गया कि आपने सरकार से परमिशन ली, डिस्कस किया, प्रधानमंत्री से पहले बात की, आप किसी पार्टी के साथ हैं. Have you been asked those kind of questions?
Of course. People are telling me that, oh, the Honorable Prime Minister invited you after 12th fail, you got a little successful. He invited you for his swearing-in ceremony, so now you've become his mouthpiece. Like we all know, we are cognizant of the world we are living in today. It's either an extreme left or it's either an extreme right. There is this massive void of that fulcrum which balances everything. We read books, we talk, we read books, we talk about a balanced diet for a good life. We talk about a balanced mental health. What about balance of perspectives? That is equally important. And it was a challenge. It was a challenge to come out here with a story which already has such massive political connotations attached to it. Today, we do not see the Godhra riots or the train burning of the Sabarmati Express as a humanitarian catastrophe. We see it as a political incident. And we felt कि यार ये बताना चाहिए यार. and the role of media.
The media, as caught at least in the trailer, is not very flattering. I don't blame you. But क्या सोच है ये media के बारे में? The class divide is just one aspect.
Yeah.
But there's obviously more to it. There's a sense, and by the way, world over, one of the things as journalists we're having to deal with is the lack of trust in media today. There's a sense कि पता नहीं किसका सच बताया जा रहा है हमें.
Absolutely.
तो मीडिया के बारे में क्या सोच है?
उस इंसिडेंट को लेके
Not necessarily. You see, you can't take one incident and divorce it from the larger sense
at
of
this
of the
point
media.
in time. We're down the pits. I mean, I said it a couple of days ago, in fact, which is also a part of the script. And we felt we need to voice it out. एक आम आदमी जो है, जो आपका चौथा पिलर है डेमोक्रेसी का, मीडिया जो है, एक आम आदमी आपकी मीडिया की तरफ देखता है सच जानने के लिए, पर वो मीडिया इधर उधर देखती है या अपने ऊपर बैठे मालिकों को देखती है उस जनता को सच बताने के लिए जो आप पे डिपेंडेंट है, जो आप पे निर्भर है. And I do not mind taking this answer or question personally, because today my parents, who are senior citizens, an average man whose daily routine was to come back home after a long day's work, to sit in front of TV for 30-40 minutes
and watch the
news. उन्होंने सालों पहले ही न्यूज़ देखनी बंद कर दी. I don't watch the news because it is so toxic. और एक on a lighter note, but it is something to ponder on. Everybody's number one. Everybody's number one. They're like GCs today.
Yeah.
They're wanting to outdo each other.
TV news is unfortunately news as theatre.
No wonder those TV shows have lost their ratings, because everyone's moved to news channels.
The entertainment shows have lost their ratings.
They've lost their ratings. They are finding it hard to survive even for 6 months. I know the state there.
Yeah.
I have done Balika Vadhu, ma'am, you know.
I know.
I did that show. That show ran for 7 months. That show was a massive social changer.
Yeah.
आज की तारीख में एक टीवी शो नहीं है जो 6 महीने से ज्यादा चलता है. And then you have these people who are extremely powerful in positions of responsibility, who actually have that power within that ecosystem to influence the country, and a country as large as India, who have this mindset that I'm the Kapil Sharma of news.
I won't put you on the spot and ask you to tell me who you think
I'm
is
sure
the
you
Kapil
know.
Sharma of news.
I'm the Kapil Sharma of news. Let's entertain. Now, if that is what your motive is, you ought to be shunned. But then there is an audience that is watching it.
If somebody were to ask you, Vikrant, why should I go and see this film? Your answer is?
My answer is that, unfortunately, 22 years ago, something happened which changed the entire socio-political fabric of our country. And the remnants still remain. What exactly happened? A lot, and I always give this disclaimer, those unfortunate riots which should have never happened.
Yeah, it's very important to say that you're not trying to find a justification here. Because for anything, you know, Indira Gandhi got assassinated and it was followed by the Sikh riots, and you know, there are so many examples from our contemporary history. So one doesn't justify the other,
absolutely.
ever. Yeah.
And thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
The riots should have never happened, but very seldom have you found, especially in the world of cinema, there is nothing in the world of cinema which actually speaks about the train burning of the Sabarmati Report or of the Sabarmati Express. इतने साल इतनी कमेटियां बनी, इतना कुछ हुआ, और ग्रास रूट लेवल पे इतनी प्रतिक्रियाएं थी, इतनी थियरीज थी कि एक्चुअली किसी को आज भी नहीं पता है
कि हुआ क्या,
कि लगी थी, आगे लगाई गई थी. And also I've taken this challenge upon myself, ma'am, कि जो हम बात कर रहे थे, the atmosphere or the kind of the world that we are living in
the
right
camp
now.
war, the polarization.
I journal, so I'll quickly share this with you.
Oh, you do journal?
I journal.
How often?
I would want to journal every day, but हफ्ते में 2-3 दिन तो हो ही जाता है. This probably is my experiment with truth. That I am here.
You're having your personal Gandhi moment.
Probably. or maybe something that I feel that should not be, because I am talking about something that actually happened. It's the truth. It is the Honorable Supreme Court that has sort of come out with its verdict. Somewhere the buck has to stop. कि ये हुआ वो हुआ. एक तो आप कहते हो कि आप कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में विश्वास करते हो, आप डेमोक्रेसी में विश्वास करते हो, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो कहा है, कम से कम भले ही आप माने ना माने, somewhere it has to stop. It is my experiment with truth कि मैं इस माहौल में एक ऐसी कहानी लेके आया हूं जिसको अनफॉर्चुनेटली पॉलिटिकल आइडेंटिटी है उसकी, एक ह्यूमैनिटेरियन आइडेंटिटी है ही नहीं कि 59 लोगों को जिंदा जला दिया है. And the youngest person, and probably now that I'm a father, I see the world in a very different way. The youngest person to be burnt alive was a 2.5-year-old kid. अगर आप उस 2.5 साल के बच्चे को किसी रिलीजियस या पॉलिटिकल लेंस से देख रहे हो तो गड़बड़ आप में है. So please come watch this film which has changed the social political fabric of our country. Those 59 people have, हमें ये नहीं पता. मैं आपको दावे के साथ कह सकता हूं कि उन 59 लोगों में से किसी को 2 लोगों के नाम नहीं पता है. वो सिर्फ स्टैटिस्टिक हैं. They deserve a closure. And as I said, because cinema is a very influential medium, it has, just like journalism or any poetry or any novel or any art form, जो कलम की ताकत है, यहाँ भी हम कलम का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, तो कलम में आज भी वो ताकत है कि हमारी सोच, हमारी नजरें, हमारी प्रतिक्रिया बदल सके. तो इंसानियत के नाते मैं चाहता हूं कि लोग आएं और ये फिल्म देखें और जाने कि एक्चुअली हुआ क्या.